Okay, gotta find that Wally shrine. I have some more questions for him for part 2. Here we go.
Part 2, you say? Let's get started!
If I die, can you loan me like 2,000 cubes? Okay, it is time for the food questions. Now, first we're gonna start with something that food goes on. Do you like paper plates?
No, not really. I find them kind of wasteful.
All right. Now, what color is the back of your microwave?
White.
It's related to food. White. All right. Are you a chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry person?
I mean, I would be awkward and say my preference is banana, but of the options given, I'd say strawberry.
All right. Now, are you an apple person or an orange person?
Orange. My ploy of saying we were going to Arcadia seems to have worked. Everyone trying to get in the shot is over there.
So, Impossible Whopper or normal Whopper?
Well, I mean, fun fact over here, the Impossible Whopper is called the Rebel Whopper. I'm not really sure why. But I mean, I have no interest in being vegetarian or vegan. And the Impossible or Rebel Whopper doesn't taste any better than a normal one. And it's more expensive. So I'm going to go with Whopper.
When was the last time you drank water?
About 2 hours ago with breakfast.
All right. Now, speaking of wet things, what do you think about the modern approach to the classification system of cyanophytes?
I did very briefly Google what a cyanophyte is, and my eyes just kind of glazed over, so I have no intelligent response to that question.
Fair enough. So while we're in a cafe, the viewers want to know, what are your top 3 pizza toppings?
Actually, the pizza I usually order only has 3 toppings: the ham, pineapple, controversial I know, and sausage meat, on top of barbecue sauce and mozzarella cheese.
That sounds good.
It is good. I kind of want one now, actually.
All right, now do you like eggplant?
Yeah, we call it aubergine over here, but yeah, I do enjoy it.
All right. Now, speaking of England, what popular English food do you think everyone should try?
It's kind of a toss. I guess for a main meal, Cornish pasties are amazing. If you get like proper ones from Cornish, you get all kinds of really nice feelings. My favorite is probably the lamb and mint one. It's pretty cool. And then kind of for a dessert, I guess a cream tea you can't really beat. Just kind of scone, strawberry jam, and clotted cream. It's just amazing.
Yummy. Now, on that note, what foods do Americans eat that you think are really strange?
I mean, last time I was in America, someone force-fed me this really bizarre concoction. It's like sweet potato with marshmallow on top. That's really, really weird. And also chicken and waffles. I find that bizarre. And all American cheese is very weird. I mean, some of it comes in a squirty can, which just blows my mind. That's bizarre.
If a tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie?
I mean, technically, yes, I guess, but I wouldn't recommend drinking a glass of it.
So a castle setting seemed like the appropriate place to ask the British questions. All right. So, first of all, how big is tea in England? For a lot of people, it's the first thing we think of when we think about England.
Yeah, tea is pretty huge. Pretty much everyone drinks tea, except for me, I guess. Yeah. I mean, there's probably more people drinking tea than drinking water here. It's, yeah. Tea is big.
All right.
Tea is life.
Oh, gosh.
Tea is everything.
However, you're the exception to the rule, from what I understand.
Yeah, no, I can't stand. I mean, any hot drinks really. So tea, It's not specifically I don't like tea. I just don't like hot drinks, and tea falls under the category. Iced tea is good.
What's it like in England? And are there sheep?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of sheep like everywhere. Historically, wool has been one of the biggest parts of the English economy, so you're still going to find sheep everywhere. Especially where I live out in the countryside. Sheep, cows, pigs, all over the place. Generally, what's it like in England? I mean, relatively similar to America in some ways. We have a lot of the same shops. We speak the same language, so you probably find it not too different from the US. We just have, I guess, castles, some older buildings, and you probably consider that we talk a bit funny. And it rains a lot.
All right, now I know that one of the biggest issues with being from the UK and playing on CV can be the time zone difference. One of our viewers wants to know about, does she just miss you every time she's on because of the time zone differences, or are you not playing as much anymore?
I mean, it's a bit of both. When I first joined CV, I would have sick leave from work, so I kind of would play all hours of the day. So that would mean I would kind of spend my mornings with the Australian players, and then after lunchtime, the American players would start waking up, so I'd kind of see everyone the day. Whereas obviously now I work from about 8 till 4 my time, so I miss all the Australian players. And players, in that general time zone. I know they're not all Australian.
Makes sense. Have you ever been to the United States before, and what place did you like the most, if so?
Yeah, I've been to the US quite a few times on holidays when we were younger. I guess the stereotypical answer would be going to Disneyland was pretty amazing down in Florida. But probably my favorite time, we went and stayed with friends in Maine for Thanksgiving. And while we were there, I just ate so much lobster. It was ridiculous. I just couldn't get enough lobster. And it's so cheap. So that's probably my favorite trip to the US, just hanging around on the coast of Maine, eating lobster all day.
Gotta represent New England. Now you gotta come to New Hampshire. All right. Now, what is your climate preference? Cold or hot?
Cold.
Easy enough. So, as a loyal Cubeville citizen, I am technically allowed to submit questions to myself. And you've probably already guessed what I'm about to ask you. Quartz. Discuss.
I mean, it's the best block in the game, right? It's, as a fan of history, Rome and Greece, Quartz is kind of the best block to get that ancient time building feel. So, my love of quartz started there, and it just became an addiction. I also find mining quartz really kind of relaxing and soothing, just mining my way through the nether. So I kind of end up with a bunch of quartz anyway, just from doing that to chill.
So, while we're here, do you think lava is wet?
Lava itself is not, in the same way that water itself is not wet, but the rocks that lava passes over become wet in the same way that water does. So, yeah, technically lava makes things wet like water does.
So this ties into the earlier climate question. Do you like winter or summer better?
Winter. I kind of prefer having to put a coat on rather than being too hot. There's not that many layers you can take off in the summer without getting told off, whereas in winter you can just keep putting coats on until you feel warm enough.
All right, you like winter and cold, which is why you love the nether so much. Makes complete sense.
I mean, my Minecraft avatar feel hot or cold, so yeah. In real life, I prefer the cold.
Okay. Now, speaking of cold climates, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate snow leopards.
They're pretty cool. I'm going to give a solid 10 for snow leopards. I think that's kind of the obvious score. If anyone disagrees, fight me.
Oh. So do you like walls?
In Minecraft, yeah, I find wall designing quite fun, and I find wall building quite relaxing in its repetitive and simple nature.
Right. Now, do you have any plants IRL?
I kind of suck at keeping plants alive in real life. I have a couple of cacti that I've managed to keep alive, just about. As I mentioned before, I have some of the oriental poppies, which are doing okay. And other than that, it's just mostly weeds in my garden.
So who is your favorite chef in the test kitchen?
I have no idea who asked that question, Zach. Probably going to be predictable and say Claire Saffitz. For anyone who doesn't know, the test kitchen refers to Bon Appetit Test Kitchen. They do amazing YouTube videos. I highly recommend watching them, particularly the Gourmet Makes series by Claire Saffitz.
Cool. All right, and now last but not least, there are rumors that you will get up at 6 a.m. to go swimming. Is this true or false? And if true, what is wrong with you?
It's not true because I get up at 5:30 for swimming, and it's only in the summer months, really. Otherwise, the sea is a bit too cold. It's one of the best things of living by the sea, really. Just in the summer months, just start the day, go for a nice swim, kind of wakes you up, and it's good exercise. And it's free. No one's going to charge you to go and jump in the sea. I'll just leave that quartz pile there for someone else to find.
So you have been asked both, how are you so nice, and why are you so evil?
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. People don't have to be evil 100% of the time. And sometimes it's good to be nice just to raise people's expectations. And then the next time you're evil, it hits even harder. So, throwing in the being nice is just kind of a way of being more evil next time, really.
So, on that note, how many slaves do you have working for you at the moment?
I prefer to call them involuntary assistants. And I kind of lost track. There's at least half a dozen around doing various bits and pieces.
I feel their pain. Now, you've been asked about one specific involuntary assistant. Do you think you made a wise choice in recruiting Ethan/Mysterious NUB?
Yeah, they were actually a voluntary assistant. They came to me asking for the position. And yeah, they've actually... I still need to prepare the work for them to do, but I'm looking forward to seeing the results of their labor. So yes, I'm hoping I've made a good choice there.
Now, since we're hanging out on a fire-breathing pterodactyl anyway, might as well throw in a spicy question. Pepper or no pepper?
Pepper. I'm a fan of the spice.
Excellent. You want a hover drone camera? You get a hover drone camera. Nice screensaver.
Thanks.
Now, you've been asked what inspired you to join CV. Now, as a follow-up question, what keeps you coming back?
Mainly the people and the friends I've made here. Just come back for friends and the nubs, really.
Now, if you could change one thing about Cubeville today, what would it be?
Personally, and this is something that's already starting to happen, so I don't know if it counts as an answer. More people who are able to do the quest scripting side of things. People are being trained up now to speed up the work, but yeah, that's kind of the thing that I wish for most, more people to share the load with the scripting side of things. We have some amazing builders that are doing amazing things, and yeah, the scripting kind of lags behind a bit because there's only a couple of us that can work on it. So I'm looking forward to new people being trained up.
Now, what do you like the most about CV?
It definitely has to be the people, like the community and family feel of CV. Yeah, it's just, as I said earlier, it's the people that keep me coming back, and they're kind of my favorite thing about the server. The builds come and go and change and what have you, but the friends you make and the people kind of stick with you. So yeah, they're my favorite part of CV.
So, any final thoughts about yourself, CV, the universe? Anything you'd like?
I don't really have any profound thoughts to share. I guess hope people find this video entertaining and use it to get to know me a bit better, and that they don't feel shy to give a wave and say hi when they see me around. I'm often hidden working on projects, but I do try and show my face from time to time. So say hi, and you're not limited to just having your questions answered in this video. I will happily answer questions anytime you want to ask them, as long as they're not, can I have OP? You've seen how that ends.
So that's that. Many thanks to Wally, our lovely essay and lovely subject for this interview, and many thanks to our viewers who submitted questions. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and definitely make sure to subscribe to the Cubeville YouTube channel. We've got more great content coming up. Thanks again to Wally, and thanks again to everybody who submitted and everybody who's watching. Now y'all take care now. Have a great day. Bye. This is the part where you're supposed to say bye.
Oh, bye.
I'm leaving it like that.